Tell me, Markland. Question.
I am a 43-year-old woman, married now for 17 years. I have 5 children. Their father and I were high school sweethearts, and we grew up in the same neighborhood. My parents didn't like him. They used to call him a barefoot boy. His father traveled overseas on the farm work program, and that was the only time things would be bright with him. The more my parents hated him was the more I loved him. He was very bright in school, and from that time I could see that he loved me. By the time I was 17 years old, he had taken my virginity. My mother suspected that I had sex, and she said she was going to tell my father that I was having sex, and she wanted him to give me a proper beating. I planned in my mind that if my father should try to beat me, I was going to run away. I told one of my sisters about my plan, and she, in turn, told my mother. I had put a few things in a scandal bag, but my mother changed her mind and did not tell my father. I passed my exams and my boyfriend passed his exams too. He started to work when he was 18 years old. I went on to college, and I have never had another man in my life. He has had other girls, and I used to quarrel about it, but we never broke up over it. We had 2 children before we got married. The problem that I am having now is that I am tired of having sex. Sometimes I don't feel for sex, and my husband believes that I have another man, but I don't have another man, and I have never cheated on him. Sometimes I feel tired, but that is not the reason why I don't want to have sex. I am just turned off from sex. I don't know what is wrong with me. Maybe I have had too much of it. There was a time my husband and I would have sex 2 and 3 times for the night. Sometimes we had sex during the days and then at nights. My husband is now a Christian, and he does not run around. I can swear for him. Whenever I resist him, he tells me that it is because I know that he has stopped having other women, and that is why I am carrying on like this. But my body doesn't feel for sex all the time. I am wondering if you can give me some advice, Markland.
Answer. Dear Laura from New Jersey, it's beautiful to see that, despite everything, you remain committed to your husband and have never desired anyone else. The love you two share has stood the test of time, and it's clear that your connection is still strong after all these years. Your parents may have tried to break you apart when you were young, but they didn't understand that the bond between you was unshakable. What you both built together is something many people search for but never find. A love that has grown, endured mistakes, and weathered life's challenges. Now, you're struggling with something that many couples face over time, a shift in your desire for intimacy. It's completely normal to go through phases like this, and it's important to acknowledge that you're not alone. You're fortunate that your husband has changed his ways and found a new path in his faith. It's a blessing that he no longer cheats, and that should give you some peace, knowing his commitment is stronger than ever. But even with his faithfulness, you feel exhausted by intimacy, and that's okay. You've built a beautiful life together, and it's clear that the love between you still matters deeply. This is just one chapter in your journey, not the end of it. Take the time to care for yourself, seek the support you need, and trust that with patience, understanding, and love, you will find your way through this. Thanks once again, viewers, for your support by subscribing to this channel.